On today's episode of The American Dream Selling Nashville, we're 30 minutes west of the city in beautiful Kingston Springs at West Glow Farm, where Sara Scarborough is holding her 5th annual Summer Solstice Celebration. Women have come from Nashville and around the country to reconnect with nature and ourselves. For The American Dream TV, I'm your host, Lacey Newman. So Sarah, thanks for joining me today. Tell me about Tea Huntress.
So Tea Huntress is a holistic tea company, and we're a little bit different than your average tea company. We share tea not only as a healthy beverage, but also as a meditation aid, as a lifestyle, as a ritual, and a way for people to reconnect with themselves, reconnect with others, and just create these moments of stillness and beauty and come home to themselves. We share high potency teas and botanicals that can help support that, those kinds of teas that have their volume turned all the way up. And we also have experiences and retreats and education and ways to bring people into our essence and our ethos and what we do.
Well, and it's so important. I mean, for myself as a busy working mom, having a minute to just step away from that all of that and connect with nature and be still is such a rarity.
Totally, and it's so important. And this world is so loud and so hot and so fast. And as it gets louder and more hot and more fast, women especially need a chance, an opportunity, a practice, a time to slow down and to ground into their center and their truth. And especially for women, this is where we find our power. So when we can take a moment away from the fray and away from the kids and the job and all the responsibilities and all the weight that we carry in the world and all the things that we do, to really just sit for a moment and breathe and have a cup of tea and come home to ourselves, it really is empowering, especially for women. And that's where we kind of realize that there's productivity in stillness and that there's wisdom in nature, and that calm, especially for women, is our superpower.
So for women that may be watching at home, how can they bring a tea practice into their daily lives?
So it can be really simple. It's really all about creating the sacred space. Even if it's just a cup of tea, you want to have a high potency tea. So you want teas that are biodynamic or that are from ancient trees or wild plantations that really do, because tea is medicine, not only for our bodies, but also for our minds and our spirits. And this is what the ancient people have known, and why tea has become ceremonialized across time and space is because tea is such a healthy medicine for the human body and mind and spirit, and it has a frequency, it has a vibration that heals us and connects us. And so you do want to find high potency teas, but it's really just as simple as putting some leaves in a cup or a bowl and then some hot water and just sitting and not doing anything else, not being on your phone or your TV or talking even if there's other people with you, but just maybe light some incense, maybe play some relaxing music, but just being in that space. And even if you just spend 10 minutes there, you kind of drop in with every sip that you take and every cup that you have until you reach a different state of consciousness that's a little more connected and a little more true and a little more peaceful and a little more empowered.
Well, and I find regular meditating very challenging because I can't calm down my busy mind.
Same.
It kind of gives you something to do.
Same, yeah.
But you get that same benefit from it, from the same
it's
stillness.
like a moving meditation. I tell people it's like a crutch almost, because the motion of making the tea, pouring the water, drinking it, you're almost distracting your mind in a way. And so you wake up and you're in this deeper state of consciousness. You're in this relaxed space that takes, for me anyway, longer to get to if I'm just sitting in meditation.
Exactly. So tell me about this event. You brought us all here to this beautiful West Glow Farm in Kingston Springs. And what's the intent of this and the other retreats that you do around the world?
The retreats are really just a time for people to come together and gather and nurture themselves, connect with nature. So all of our retreats are really about being outdoors, whether we're diving into a deep glacial lake in Finland, or if we're swimming with the whales in Mexico, or if we're at a vortex like Mallorca, or if we're here on the farm. It's just about being in nature and letting the medicine of nature heal us and recenter us and ground us. And especially for a modern woman, we get disconnected from that. Our whole modern world is disconnected, but again, it's so important. Even if we do the tea once a week maybe, but a retreat once a year, and just nourish ourselves and relax and connect, because women really do need community and calm and peace.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing this. This is so lovely, and this is such a beautiful event. And thank you for sharing the beautiful wisdom of the tea with us.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me and for being here.
Thanks for joining me today on the American Dream Selling Nashville. I'm your host, Lacey Newman. See you next time.